Ready?
Yeah, go.
Okay. So sorry we had some technical difficulties. This is part 3 of 4 of Boot Camp the Workout, part 2. So it's the second half we missed. So continuing the conversation or the lecture, we're going to use stations as the second preferred option when you're starting out as a newer instructor. I'm not too particular with this. I also think, guys, this goes hand in hand with the instructor and the client. So the group style of training is easier for the instructor to teach, and guess what's easier to learn from? The client, because they're getting to watch 30 other people do the right thing or the wrong thing, and it's feedback they're getting. Whereas if I'm over here, my butt's facing them, and then they're over here, and their butt's facing them, they got butts communicating and observing, not faces. So the faces are looking at the wall, and really, stare at this white wall. It can almost make you sick if you get too close. So it's just white. So it's a lot to not look at. So groups is great. Stations is the next best for starting off and for learning purposes. So the new people, if you got a class full of all 4, we'll keep it real simple here. If everybody in your class is 4 weeks, been to VIP or new to working out, 4 weeks or less, do groups for a while. I understand it doesn't mathematically work out this way, but focus more groups, then start sneaking in some stations, okay? So if I were to instruct, I'm not giving you exact algorithms because I don't know what your schedule is, who's watching the video, what it's going to look like. But let's just say you work Monday through Friday and you're the morning instructor every day. I would do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all group. So that way the learning curve is not as challenging, opposed to like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I got to mix it up. I understand it may be more entertaining because it looks different, but if you got a bunch of people that are motor morons or they don't know how to move or exercise properly, good luck teaching them. Now, the people that show up Monday, Wednesday, Friday are going to learn, but man, if you got them Monday, assuming they come every day, if you show them almost the same workout format, it's less, they know what to predict. Okay, we're all doing this together. Mike went around the room and made sure our form was correct, and I get to experience that 3 days in a row, opposed to like, all right, today we're doing it together. Tomorrow you're over here with these people, and they're different skill levels, and some people feel stupid because they were never an athlete in high school, and now they're being reminded of that in their 40s. Like, damn it, that's why I didn't keep working out. I remember now. You just brought them back to some old horror stories. So they're back to computer only again or something like that. So let's do it that way, like a Monday through Wednesday teams, then a Thursday and Friday. Let's do some stations. Let's mix it up. Now, when we do stations, the transition should be very, very, very smooth, okay? The less stations, the better. I like 3. I think 3 is the magic number. Now, the ultimate criteria for that is the exercise equipment you're using. Now, once again, you could just say it's a body weight workout, the whole workout, which I suggest you start out with that, but start adding in gadgets relatively soon. You don't want to be the one as the person that only does body weight, because people like variety and they like gadgets. That's why people like a treadmill, even though you can go around the side, but a treadmill is a machine. It's advanced technology. If you hit up on an up button, it goes on an incline. It's very sophisticated stuff. You ever notice that machines, whether they're better or not, wow, that's $5,000. Magical reason why I would pay that, have in my basement and hang clothes from it, opposed to just running outside for free. It doesn't make any sense, but we do it all the time. We're humans. So my point is, get some gadgets in, but going back to the stations, have 3, and for easy purposes, I'm going to say station 1 is push-ups, station 2 is crunches, station 3 is squats. I understand these are super elementary level exercises, but believe it or not, these are the fundamentals, folks. And if they suck at the fundamentals or they move poorly through that, do you think when you start making things more stimulating or exciting looking that you're going to be doing them any favor because they don't have a foundation? It's like not knowing how to write a complete sentence and then go write a thesis and present it to a bunch of PhDs. Doesn't work. You'll learn the sentence first, then you end up doing a thesis, okay? Why would fitness be no different? It'd be stupid to do it any other way. So we got push-up, we got crunch, we have squat, all right? If I got 30 people, push-up, 10er crunch, 10er squat. Does that make sense? There's 2 variations you can go from there. I know I'm not writing this on the board, but it'd be a lot to write. Hopefully you guys are taking, particularly Travis, good notes here. Travis being a supreme trainer, though, won't need to take any notes, but...
So I think I'm the only one who's still training right now.
Yeah, he's actually still training, so... Anyway, that means he's breaking the policy, by the way, of the directors, but that's fine. He likes it, and it works for him. He's doing fine, so I'm not going to say anything. But going back to why you're watching the video, is that you got it on video, right? I'm saying Travis is doing a great job. You got it on record.
Yeah.
Now hundreds of people.
I'm just going to post that on Clarkson's Instagram.
Little clip, right? Do it. That'd be great. So Snapchat, Instagram, right? Okay. So going back to the point, if I can even remember where I was going with this. So if I have, let's just go recap. I got 3 stations, 1, 2, and 3. Instead of saying switch, say if a set is a minute long, conventional wisdom would say, all right, we're doing stations, switch, everybody switches. Now, I have been through the ringer on all low levels of facilities and crappy equipment and you name it, I've done that in the fitness as a trainer, and I highly suggest for me neuromuscular or easy to understand learning, if I'm the client, instead of switching them round at set after set. Because think about it, there's commute time for all these people that are in station 1 to get to station 2. Or in theory, you could just say stay there. But there's still commute time in their brain to their feet. Oh, I'm not doing push-up, I'm doing a crunch or a squat. That takes time. Lack of movement, less calories burned, less results. That shit or stuff adds up day after day, workout after workout. What I suggest you do instead, all right guys, here's the narrative portion of the communication. All right, we got 3 stations. We're going to do 4 rounds at 1 minute. So, Sarah, I'm going to put you in station 1. What that means, to illustrate a point here, is you're going to do 1 minute of push-ups. I'm going to give you a 10-second break. And then when I say go again, I'm going to say stop. You're going to get a 10-second break. I'm going to say go. You go another minute. So it's going to be a minute go, 10-second break, 4 times. You do that your group, you do that your group. Once we complete the 4 rounds, I'm going to yell switch. You're going to go counterclockwise in rotation. Or station 1 is going to go to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 1. Anybody have any questions before I start? And there'll be 2 people that aren't paying attention. You know, that's what happens. Throw it at them. No, I was kidding. My kids that are in baseball right now, what the kids do when they're not paying attention, they're more obvious that they're not paying attention. Adults kind of stare at you, right? And you're like, fuck, or fudge, whoops, you know, bleep that. Maybe you can't, that's fine. It's just one in the last 8 hours of filming. But what the coach does is like, for my daughter, I'm like, Savannah, don't look at the dirt. Oh, actually, Savannah doesn't do it, but a lot of the other kids, Amy, don't look at the dirt, because they'll sit there, they're bored, or it's like, you've been talking too much, you know, kicking their, don't look at the dirt. Look what I'm saying. You'll get a couple people that won't hear your instruction. That's my point. Just work with them, but if it's a problem and they're not paying attention, you gotta have a side conversation with them. The reason why I suggest you do 4 rounds repetitively, think about it. It's easier to learn. Practice, okay, my form wasn't bad, or wasn't so good. Mike came over, helped me with my form, round 1, now round 2, let's make that adjustment that he gave me. And then I get more feedback from him, or you know, you get feedback from your body and from the coach. Does that make sense? And it's less logistically a nightmare. Cool. All right. Partners and teams. Partners works pretty darn well. I like those, and I think that's something that you start doing. Listen, let's say you graduate from the internship and you already got 3 years experience. Man, feel free, and you got this down, feel free to explore any of the rotations. Teams we try to avoid. We have like a game day where we implement teams. But the problem with teams is there's such a diverse skill level of fitness levels in our classes. And, you know, like attract like. So you're going to get these people that are all super athletes teaming up. And then you're going to have people that are the beginners because they can relate to each other, right? It's fair. And then the super athletes, because there's a lot in our company and there's a lot of beginners. They're going to win every single game. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I don't want to facilitate winners and losers, because that's what game day or teams kind of turns into inherently. However, if you do partners, whether it's super athlete and non-athlete, it's only 2 people working together, so you're more likely to get diversity in fitness levels. And 2, it's not like all right, we're a team, and it's less of an operations for the instructor, and it's less of an ego boost and an ego downer for people. So partners works well. I'm going to talk about that. I'm not even going to talk about teams. You can talk to your director about that, but that is also listed on here. But partners, to end this segment of the presentation, is really nice because you can implement the concept of active rest. Okay, I know everybody knows what that is. So for instance, let's say you got on this side of the wall, you have TRX suspension trainer hanging, and then you have a 30-foot run, or maybe a 60 or 80-foot run, depending on which location you're at, or heck, even maybe I think one location we're gonna have like a 90-foot run pretty soon, to the end of the floor. And then you could have one person doing, say, they gotta do 10 TRX rows. Keep it super simple. When the other person, partner B, that's partner A, partner B is doing a plank, an elbow plank, waiting. When the TRX rower is done, they gotta sprint down to the plankster, okay? Tap the plankster on the shoulder so they don't get up early and leave their plank early. Holds each other accountable, taps on the shoulder. Then the plankster gets up, sprints to the TRX roller. The past TRX rower is now the official plankster. That works really well. You can just say, hey, for the next 6 minutes, we're gonna do this, and then they can just go at their own level as hard as they can, and you can go around the room and coach people. Works super highly effective. So, and that's pretty much it, folks. We're gonna end this session of part 3 of 4, and then we're gonna go into part 4 and 4 in just a moment.